Good morning everyone. It's Friday the 7th of October and I'm just leaving the house and the car's loaded, not as loaded as it's going to be. Picking up my mate Russell. I'm going to try and squeeze all his gear in as well, and then we're heading off to somewhere rather special, full of chunks. So we've got a couple of nights ahead of us. Fingers crossed we bag one of them. It's not going to be easy. Let's see how we get on.
Good afternoon guys, and you join us at Festival Fishery. We've not long been set up. I literally helped Russell with the gear up to the swim, got the bivvy set up. There's rain forecast, got the rods out. Third rod that I put out about 10 minutes later, it's gone off. So we've got this lovely 20 £8 mirror. It's a bit angry, it's going to be a bit feisty I reckon, but let's see if he behaves for the camera. Lovely fish. Like I say, it's been left down rod up against the rushes on a bottom bait, Parker baits, fruit and nut, tipped with a little half a yellow mini boilie, 8mm boilie, which I've cut in half and tipped the bottom bait with it. And that's on a lead clip system with tubing. And like I say, we've got this lovely scaly banger. He's very angry. He's been in the net resting for a couple of minutes.
Great
there
start.
He is. Happy days. That's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great start, buddy.
Well, we've got 2 nights ahead of us. If we get any more like this, we'll be happy. We did say when we were on the car on the way down, to get a fish out between us would be a result. It's looking good, isn't it?
Early doors, brilliant.
Happy days. £20.8. Lovely jubbly. I'll show you the other side. Lovely orange fins on the anal fins and on the tail. Absolutely stunning. And Russell, get your face in there. Happy days, look at that. What a fish. What a start to a nice weekend's fishing.
Yep.
With your mates. There we go. I'm going to get it back and catch up with you in a little while. Good afternoon guys, and I'm hunkered down in the bivvy, and we've had a bit of rain. It's very windy. It's always windy at this lake. Whenever I've been here, it's always windy, and we've had that wind plus a bit of rain. Not long after I put the fish back, it started looking moody, got a bit cloudy, a little bit of rain in the air. So Russell's gone back to his bivvy, I've hunkered in mine. I've actually put the door down because, like I say, it's quite breezy, and that wind was blowing the bit of rain in. I thought I'd have a bit of comfort. Hopefully it'll dry up for this evening. I'll have a look on the forecast in a bit and see what's happening. But yeah, so hopefully it should dry up for this evening, so we can get together and have a chat and have a bit of food together. So happy days though. So chuffed to have that 20 £20. And like I say, it wasn't long after I put the 3 rods out. That was the 3rd rod I put out. It hadn't been out there for that long, less than 10 minutes, and well, twitchy bite. Sort of went up a bit, then it went down, dropped back down, and then I was watching the rod tip, watching the bobbin, and then it started little tap on the rod tip. Bobbin just started twitching, and I thought that'd do me, so I've round down, leant into it, yeah, and fish on. So what a fantastic start to the weekend. I mean, it could be the only fish we catch all weekend between us, but I did say on the way down here that if we had a fish between us, it would be a result. Saying that, not long after I had that in the net, and Russell's middle rod dropped back, hit the floor, he leant into that, and it's come back with a stick on it. But yeah, I reckon that he's been done by something, because to get a drop back like that, it's yeah, that's not a stick just hitting your line. So it's looking promising. Looks like the fish may be on the feed, which is what we want. Yeah, so while I'm hunkered in here, I'm going to tie up a couple of rigs. Obviously that 20 £20, the rig I had the 20 £20 on, I've got that in the tackle box, but still looks okay actually, to be fair. But I'm going to tie a couple of fresh ones up, so if we get any more activity, I've got nice tidy sharp rigs ready to put on. That was on, that 20 £20 was actually on, well, let me show you, I'll just show you the rig itself. Okay, so that 20 pounder actually came on this rig, this exact rig. And what I've got here is a little yellow topper, which is still on there. The buoy came off, hair tied to the shank, and then doubled over rigidity using a choddy style hook. This has got a little bit bent up in the fight, but it's meant to be a nice curve from the hook to there, all bright knotted to the OMC 35 pound blend coated braid. A couple of sinkers on there, and over the all bright knot I just put a little bit of shrink tube just to stop any hard taggings of the rigidity catching in the net and causing any problems with the fish, you know, pulling against the hook with that caught in the net. So that just keeps that nice and tidy, it doesn't get caught up. And then it's about 10-inch hook length with the loop for the quick link swivel on the end. And yeah, like I say, that was a bottom bait on there with the OG fruit and nut. So I'm going to tie a couple more of these up so I'm ready in case it kicks off. Fingers crossed. Watch guys, as you can see the rain has stopped and it's turned in quite a nice evening. Still a little bit breezy, but the wind has died down somewhat. But yeah, it's looking really, really nice. Nothing happening on the rods since that 20 pounder. So yeah, I'm not going to move those. They're out there now for the foreseeable. And until I get a bite or I feel the need to recast in the morning. But at the moment, they're staying where they are. I'm quite happy with those. But like I say, the weather's taking a turn for the better. I thought I'd have a quick look and see what's happening with the weather for the weekend. So let's have a look now. Right, so tonight we have got, well, there's the rain at the beginning, and it's going to be westerly winds, a bit overcast till later on tonight, then it's going to clear up, and then tomorrow looks like a nice sunny day. Not ideal carp fishing conditions, but it'll be nice and comfortable. Westerly winds sticking as they are, clouding over a bit. And then the winds turn into a southerly tomorrow night. And Sunday, a little bit overcast, bit of sunshine, southerly winds. So according to this, it looks like it's going to be a nice comfortable weekend and hopefully a nice dry pack up, which is always nice. But it's going to be comfortable as well because I've got the bivvy facing north. So the westerly winds are going to be buffeting the left-hand side of the bivvy, and the southerlies, when they come, will come straight up behind me. So I've got the door facing north, but the rod's right in front of me. So it's all very nice and comfortable. And hopefully we've got a good weekend's fishing ahead. Not ideal conditions for fishing, the sunshine and that, but you never know. The fish might like it. But anyway, we've started off well. I'm not going to complain. And if I get another bite, I'll be more than happy. So yeah, it's looking good. Fingers crossed. There's a chance between us to get another fish. So I'll catch up with you in a little while. You there, Russ? Just boiled the kettle, mate.
Oh, perfect.
Cup of tea.
Perfect time for a brew.
Yeah. Tea bag.
Oh, I'm already ahead of you.
Yeah, got one in there. Lovely. Okay, so as I said earlier, you join us on the banks of Festival Fishery. We're currently sitting just behind Russel's room, literally yards from these rods, and my rods are just over there in swim number 3. So yeah, been a strange day, innit? Got down, had the fish, you lost one. That shower came down, did come down, that wind picked up, and now it's well, cleared up, but it's turning cold now. I'm starting to feel a bit chilly, so I'm going to get my hoodie on in a minute.
Well, it's looking good for a bite or two.
It is, isn't it? It is.
It's lovely to be somewhere with some really nice big fish in.
Yeah, well, they go over twice the size of that one I had,
And for us to catch up and have some time together.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. So, I don't know if you may have seen the video we done earlier this year, about May time, wasn't it, we done it?
Yeah.
When we was on Islands Fishery. We discussed Russell's, his health issues that he's going through. And, well, he's still going through it, obviously. And since then, you've had another bout of chemo, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it now. End of life, but keep on fighting. Every day's a bonus, and I don't know the meaning of the word give up. And
no. Well, they wanted to go in the hospice this weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
But fishing called.
You kindly
So
taking me away for the weekend.
Yeah. No, but yeah, well, it's going to be a good weekend, whatever now, isn't it? We've had a fish. We did say a fish between us
Would be a result.
But yeah, that's looking good for it.
A lot to go at.
Oh, they're in here.
It's a lovely fishery and a great place to have a social.
Yeah, we literally are next door to each other.
Yeah.
So no problems at all. If anyone, we sit behind your swim because obviously I can move my feet a bit faster than you.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not a million miles away, all being well.
And totally different fishing to my syndicate, so it's nice to have a change of tactics and bait and have a change around and a play around.
Yeah, you're lucky with your syndicate and you've got that ticket to fall on. And but that's a shallow, silty lake you fish, isn't that?
I try and fish every week from a mental health, physical, defying what the consultants tell me I should and shouldn't be doing. And it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has worked.
Yeah, it's keeping you going, mate. It's keeping you going.
Yep, and anticipation of a...
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what size they go to in here, but pretty big.
Upper 40s, I believe.
Upper 40s, yeah, lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah, and there's a few of them in here. So...
And we've had a fish, so we're all happy.
Yeah.
We've done the hard bit, the first one.
We can relax now. Relax with a brew. I'll get my curry on in a bit. What you got tonight?
I'm slumming it with Rustler's burger and one of them pork ones.
Yeah.
Eat some junk for a change. I eat healthy all the time, so when you're fishing, it's a treat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not that they're great, but they're easy and quick. And
let's face it, yeah.
We're treating ourselves tomorrow night, aren't we? So
tomorrow night we're going to phone Papa John's up and get him to send us down a couple of pizzas. So, yeah, that'd sort us out tomorrow, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'll be lovely.
But yeah, I'm going to get my curry on in a bit. Get my fleece on. Get warmed up. Yeah, it's been a good day so far.
Cheers,
very
mate.
good. Cheers.
For a lovely weekend.
Let's hoping we get another pull on the string, eh?
I think so.
Good evening, guys. Getting on a bit now. Sun's dropping down. 6:30. It'll be dark in about half hour. But yes, I've got my curry on the go. Co-op special, chicken tikka masala with rice, and yeah, looking forward to that. I know I'm going to enjoy it. It won't be long. I'll tuck into that, go and have a chat with Russell behind his swim where we were earlier. So yeah, so we're both feeling quite confident as we're going into the evening. And well, I had that one earlier. Russell did have some indication he had a massive drop back. He leaned into it, nothing on apart from a stick. So bit gutted for him, but it's a good sign. And if that's the fish are out there and they're having a munch, then fingers crossed we'll get another chance. But anyway, I'm going to tuck into my curry and I'll see you in a little bit. Evening, about 10:30, 11:15, and nothing to report. There's been a few fish showing around the lake, several in front of Russell. In fact, he's had quite a few splashing around there. I've had a couple to my left. Yes, I'm in the bivvy. We just had a little shower out of nowhere. It's been a beautiful clear sky, and the stars were showing, but then all of a sudden it's just clouded over. Just had a little bit of a downpour. So, yeah, that wasn't expected. Hopefully, the rest of the night stay dry. And hopefully, we get woken up in the night by the alarms. Anyway, let's see what gives. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Guys, so just cooking the brekkie. Russell's come over.
Good morning.
So we've got a full-on fry up on the go. You can see down there. But yeah, it's looking and smelling fab. So we're going to tuck into that in a bit. I'll see you in a while. Morning guys, it's just coming up to 11:30 and I'm thinking about refreshing the baits on the rods and resetting them. Now I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. The left hand rod's definitely going where I had that fish yesterday, and the bailiffs, two bailiffs have been round and they both say that's a good spot, so that is staying there. I'm still thinking about the corner. Now whether I keep my right hand rod where it is, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm still undecided, so hopefully by the time I come to setting that rod up, I'll have made my mind up what I'm going to do. But what I just thought I'd quickly show you the rigs I'm using. I think this is going to go on the middle rod into the corner. Look at him, doesn't know what he's talking about. It's actually going to be the right hand rod. Corner. It's a Ronnie rig, and I've got two of the Parker Baits pop-ups. There you go, the OG fruit and nut pop-ups on there. And they both balance that Ronnie quite nicely. It just sits perfectly in the water. So yeah, I've given the hook a little bit of a tickle with a sharpening stone. And what I'll show you is what I do next with this is just going to dunk this into Parker Baits sauce. This is the fruit and nut sauce because I'm using the fruit and nut as the hook bait. Give that a good dunk, like so. I'll just take the lid off the fruit and nut powder, or the magic dust as it's called, and then give that a bit of a shake, like so. And there you go. I don't know if you can see that on there, but that's looking quite marvellous. Yeah, oozing goodness. So that's going to go out into the corner, and yeah, we'll see if we get lucky. So that's the middle rod. Left hand rod, going to stick to exactly what I had the fish on yesterday. And again, it's using the fruit and nut, and that's in the bucket. I've got 10 mils and 14 mils, and as I've discussed in the previous video, they come pre-coated, the boilies, when you buy them with powder, but these have been soaked in the corresponding sauce. So fruit and nut has been soaked in the fruit and nut sauce, and the OG fish has been soaked in the OG fish sauce, and then once that's been soaked in there for 24 hours, then I sprinkled some of the magic dust on, again the corresponding one, giving it a good shake up, and it gives you this lovely, I don't know if you can see that in there, but they really do look good, full of goodness, lots of coating on. It almost gives them a bit of a coating around, a bit of a paste coating around the boilie, which can only be a good thing. So on the hook on the left hand rod, same as I've done yesterday, it's one of those out of the bucket, a little yellow Hellraiser 8mm pop-up cut in half, just as a little topper. And again, using the same rig with the doubled over rigidity and the coated braid section. So that's going back out on the spot for that one. And right hand rod is going to be on the OG fish. And again, I'm just going to, in fact, I'll just show you, it's a simple blowback rig with a red kicker. So, and that just sits on the bottom, just floating above the hook, like so. So, yeah, very tidy. And again, I'll do the same thing. Open up the sauce bottle, Just plonk that in there. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to give this, no, this one's alright. Plonk that in there, like so. Spread it around a bit. And again, open up the corresponding powder, or magic dust, the Parker Baits magic dust. And give that a bit of a shake around. There you go. If you can see that on there, but that is looking irresistible. Well, not sure I'd eat it, but hopefully the carp will think so. So all that added extra attraction around the bait can only be a good thing. Obviously, that's going to go out there, and I'll be as confident as anything that if a fish comes near it, it's going to be keen as mustard to have a munch. So let me just sort these out, get them out there, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Evening guys. Okay, so we're in Russell Swim, just doing the last rig checks for the evening. I've just changed my middle rod over, just refreshed the PVA bag and stuck it a little bit of a different position, which I'll show you on the map later. But yeah, so my rods are all out for the night. Russell's just doing some tweaks and getting these out. So PVA bags, Russ?
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah.
Not used them for a long time, but it's a pellet dominated water, so we'll give it a go.
Yeah, so I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, Russell's not a big user of PVA bags, so it's a bit of an unusual thing to be doing, but we're going to give it a go and get them out, and you're fishing open water tonight.
Yep.
Just open water, so not against any of the rushes on the islands. Yeah, because Russell stayed up most of the night last night, or pretty much all night last night, and saw some nice fish lunking in the mid-water areas, so that's where he's targeting tonight. I'm sticking to the edges, but I may regret that if I start photographing loads of fish for Russell in the night, but we'll see how it goes. Well, it's quite good that we're doing different methods really, so you know, we can try and work out a plan of action if we come back down again. But yes, it's quite nice having two different people's perspective on the same lake. Like I say, if my way does work, then we know next time if Russell's works in the mid-water, and that's something to think about going forwards if we come back. So yeah, it's a lovely evening, isn't it?
Beautiful evening.
Yeah, it's been a bit chilly today. Sunny but chilly.
Autumn is upon us.
It sure is. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day today, but a bit of a bite to the air. But sun's been out for the best part of it. Lovely evening. So I think it's going to be a chilly night. So once Russell's got these out, we'll probably phone up the pizza place soon and get our pizzas ordered. Watch guys, I've just lost one on the middle rod. It's getting dark, sun's dipping down right now, and I'm just tying up another PVA bag. I did have one tied up ready for the middle rod. Like I say, PVA bag, slightly different spot, I'll show you where that was, and it just pulled up really tight, rod is wrapped round, and I think I've got snagged under the branch of the tree because the line was going towards the tree, but the fish came off over towards the corner, and got the rig and everything back. It looks like the hook's slightly opened out a bit, so a bit gutting. Felt like a good fish as well. So anyway, while I've got a bit of light, I'm just going to get another bag tied up as a spare, just in case. But there's a good sign. It's on the fruit and nut, and what I've got is there's a 12mm pop-up, match the hatch, and yeah, in the bag, and it's just popped up above the hook. The hook's sitting on the deck, and the pop-up's just wafting around above it. So it's not really popped up to say, it's just literally the length of the hair. It's up above the hook, and the hook's flat on the deck. So anyway, I'm going to try and get this done. Well, I've got a little bit of light left. Have a spare, just in case we're lucky enough to get another bite. Anyway, I think this is going to be the last clip for the evening. Like I say, we're losing the light rapidly. So let me get on with this, and I'll catch up with you if anything happens. But I think we'll order our pizza in a minute, and I'll have to go and collect that at the gate at some point. So anyway, catch up soon, and if it happens, you'll be the first to know. So, right rod pulled up tight, and after what I thought was a tench, it came in so easy, and then all of a sudden started scrapping under the rod tip. I still thought it was a tench, I thought it was a good tench, but then it got bigger and bigger until it turned into it's not having none of it. It's rather gorgeous. £21.4 bar gold. Look at that. Happy days. What a nice fish. £21.4. I cannot argue with that. That's on the double 12mm fruit and nut pop up from Parker Baits on the running lead over to the right hand side on the right hand rod. What a result. Happy days. Don't know what time it is, I think it's about 11 o'clock. Russell's sound up next door, so I haven't woken him up. I can leave him in peace. And I'll try and show you the other side of this fish. Like I say, I'm very happy. It's not a tench. There you go, other side. What a beauty. Anyway, I'm going to get it back. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the rod back out. I'm absolutely freezing. It's really, really cold tonight. So I'm going to get it back and then see if I feel like putting the rod back. I've still got two rods in good spots anyway, whatever. So anyway, get it back. Happy days, and I'll catch you in a little while. Well, good morning guys. Sunday morning, got a few hours left. I've woken up after trying to be woken up by Russell because he's landed something rather special here, all on his own, which is quite commendable considering the state we swim. It's a mud bath in front of him. So we did have a plan that as soon as you had something, I was going to come over and go down in there and do it. I was out of it. So hats off, mate, for getting this in on your own. And what a blank saver.
It's a different fish to the usual ones in there. It's a lot different colour.
Yes, very nice, dark, chestnutty red colour. So how big was it, Russ?
22.
22, 4, wasn't it?
Just a beautiful fish. It's been hard work this trip, like fishing can be, but we don't know the word of the give up. And a lovely way to wake up in the morning. This one's for you, Karen, Kieran and Tilly.
Nice.
It's just as lovely looking on the other side. Oh.
It's a pretty fish, all right. Yeah, mate.
When the going's tough and you get one, there's so much more rewarding. Some days it just happens for so easily, and other days you have to work at it.
You've been working, mate, and you're staying up all night watching where they are. Yeah, stunning. You okay?
Yes, thank you, yeah. No, chuffed with that because
Right.
nothing's guaranteed.
Morning, guys. Thought we'd have a catch up and explain what's been happening. So about 6:15 last night, just starting to get dark, 6:30 even, and we're just about to order our takeaway, and yeah, the middle rod burst into life. I've picked the rod up. Fish was powering off. I mean, the rod was tightened up, and as I got to the rod tip was bending round where the fish was pulling so hard, and I've leant into it. I had the fish on, and it was powering from where I called it to the right hand side margin, and I didn't want to let it get the line and get in the rushes, so I give it some pressure, and yeah, it was on, and then all of a sudden, poof! Heartbreaking. It really is soul destroying, and I thought the line had parted. To be fair, I thought maybe it had been gone round something and grated, but it hadn't. All came back. All rigged, the lead and everything, all came back, and the hook point had turned over, but I think the hook had opened up slightly, very, very slightly, and yeah, absolutely gutted. It was a bit of a kick in the nuts. So reset up. You saw me tie some bags up, and yeah, got the bait back out, and yeah, that was that. And then by the time we'd done all that, it was proper dark by the time I'd settled everything down and tidied the bivvy back up. And then we tried to order our takeaway, and Papa John's, who I'd spoke to in the week, who do delivery apparently, we couldn't get through. I was on the phone for an hour trying to get through to them. Absolute nightmare. I know it's Saturday night, but they just were not picking up the phone. And yeah, I was on some sort of queuing system, and it was horrendous. Then we tried Domino's while I was on the line, we tried Domino's. They won't deliver here because it's not recognised on their computer system. So we ended up getting a kebab from Tor Kebab and Pizza place. And to be fair, it was fine. It was a your typical kebab. Greasy, I can't remember the last time I had a kebab like that. Mind you, I probably wouldn't remember having it when I did have it. Anyway, yes, so we had kebabs instead. I went down the gate. The driver knew exactly where he was coming to. Yeah, happy days. So we had that. And by that time, it was getting pretty nippy. So we both retired to the bivvies about 9 o'clock. And yeah, it was pretty cold. Then 11:30, right hand rod, pulled up. And like I said in the video, it came in. I thought it was a tench. It came in so easy, and then all of a sudden it started plodding underneath the rod tips, and I thought, this is some tench, and I still convinced it was a tench, and then it rolled and I saw the scales. I thought, no, it's a carp. I thought it's going to be a tiny little, it must be the smallest fish in the lake. And then got it in the net, and then when I went to lift the net out, it grew and grew and grew to 21 pounds. So yeah, happy with that, very, very happy. Got back in the bag. In fact, no, I put the rod back out after that. I did put the rod back out using the boat, same spot. Yeah, then got back in the bag. It was bitterly cold. It was freezing cold last night, so it took me a while to get warmed up again, get back in, into sleeping mode, and I was a bit buzzing after the fish. So it took me a while to get off, and I think that and the fact I didn't sleep the night before, I must have been out of it, because so I woke up, it's daylight, poked my head out, Russell's standing there, and he's got one in the net, and he tried several times to call me and shout me, get me up. He could not do it. I was out to the world. But yes, so on to Russell's fish. Absolutely stunning 22-pound mirror. Lovely sort of chestnut colour. Really gorgeous fish. And I was so pleased he had one. He's been feeding the pressure. He wanted to catch a fish for the camera. Well done, mate. I knew the perseverance would pay off. I mean, he's been up all night on Friday night just watching the water, seeing where they're showing, and he's placing his baits accordingly. And then, like last night, he was watching the water, and he saw the fish showing in a different spot. So he's reeled one of his rods in, put it over there, and that's the one that produced. So all that perseverance and watching the water has paid off for him big time. And yeah, we're both going home very, very happy, heads held high. Wanted a fish between us, We've had a couple of fish, well, 3 fish between us, and I've lost one, Russell's lost one. So what more can you ask? It's been a good weekend's fishing, good company, and yeah, that's where we are. I mean, we've still got a few hours left. We're not off till 1 o'clock, but it's a long shot now. I can't see anything really happening, but you never know. And obviously I will keep you guys informed if anything does. But in the meantime, I might start slowly packing down some of the stuff. Okay guys, so looking like the end of the session. The pack down is well and truly underway, and in my swim it's just the rods remaining. Yeah, so going to start cutting the gear back down to the car shortly. But I think it's been a successful trip.
Been lovely. It's time to go too fly. We've had fish. We can't ask for no more. Good company, good food.
Yeah, 1 fish is what we wanted, wasn't it, between us? To have well, I've had 2, you've had 1. I think we've had a right result. So yeah, we've had a good time. We've been lucky, both caught. Lovely, stunning fish, your one, mate. I think you stole the show with that. But yeah, happy days. So that's it, guys. Until next time, and hopefully we'll have another video soon with Russell. So yeah, watch this space. Thanks for watching, guys.
Take care, guys.
See you soon. And if you're on the bank, be lucky. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Afternoon, guys. You join us at Islands Fishery. We've not long been set up.
No, we don't.
Festival Fishery. Good afternoon, guys, and you join us at Festival Fishery.